Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. This week, we're going to be talking about that guy. There's a lot of that guys out there, so let me be a little bit more specific. We're talking about that guy that's been promoted far beyond their abilities and tries to make up with it by being a jackass. Trying to talk down to everybody else, making you feel small. Well, those of us that got the be no do working, we ain't impressed with that guy. He's trying way too hard to make everybody think he's a hard ass, when all he's doing is making an ass out of himself. But he never realizes that, so we just deal with it. Yep. Got the info, thank you very much. Take that info, just wad it up in a ball, toss it over in the old hopes and dreams container, trash can, and then just continue on with the mission, which is called Charlie Mikan. So, set the stage for you here a little bit. We're supposed to do this online training every year, all these different courses. They all come up at different times, different due dates. Everybody's got to do them online. Got to sign on with your double secret login and password to the double secret website. Do the same doggone training you've been doing for 18 years. They ain't changed the video a bit. Go right through there, listen to the whole thing, take the little multiple choice test at the end, get your grade, hit print on your certificate, prints out, give that to your chain of command. I am compliant. Continuing professional education is very important. A lot of people have to do it to keep their certifications. Doggone troopers ain't no different. But now you always got a couple of them fellas that they kind of like swimming against the current. They don't like doing things like everybody else does. They give you lots of excuses about why they ain't done things. Like this one fella been sent up to the super station. Shout out to you guys. Yeah, he was one of those. Got the old punishment tour. He's pissed off chain of command. We're going to make him drive. We're going to make him drive a long way. That'll fix him. Okay, good deal. Got another body. Thank you very much. So this fella, he don't like doing online training. He don't like doing a lot of things that chain of command want him to do. So his sergeant comes back. He's got a whole stack of certifications from the whole squad. Said ain't got one from this fella because he said he's having a problem getting into the system. Now that happens a lot. Even though it's the same doggone website, same login, same password, the whole bit, sometimes it does have a little bit of an issue and things have to be reset. So, worked with this fella before, go talk to him. I said, you got to get this thing done. It's just ridiculous. You just got to sit and look at the doggone computer, answer the same questions you've been answering all these years, print out your doggone certification. He's like, well, I got a problem with my logon password. And I'm like, well, you get a hold of them folks down in division, you get that shit squared away, get your login reset and your password and get it fucking done. Well, what happens? He don't do it. He's late. Suspense date supposed to be done at, it's come and gone. Get a call from that guy up at troop headquarters, the captain. He's just going on and on and on the phone why he doesn't understand why this fella can't get this done. Blah, 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 blah. Heard it 100 times going in one ear, out the other. Yep, we're working on it. Just like we worked on everything else with this fella. So he's like, you know what? I'm really pissed off at this trooper. He says, when he comes back to work, you give me a call. You know, when he shows up for his normal shift. I'm going to chew his ass out over the phone. Well, that's an interesting idea is what I'm thinking. You got your hard nose not wanting to do anything he's told kind of trooper. Going to talk to the ego-inflated captain on the phone. What could possibly go wrong? So, well, you got it, sir. He says, I want to talk to him in your office. You can just put the phone on speakerphone and I'll talk to him. I'm like, he better. It should be doggone interesting. So, Day arrives, trooper's there, call the captain. Sir, you're on speaker. Trooper so-and-so is here. Ready to hear that doggone intelligence that you, from your many years of service, going to put out to him and change his life. And I sit back in my chair and I'm like, all right, let's see how this crap goes. So this captain tries to start chewing this guy's ass a little bit. And he's just standing there in my office. He's next to the doggone, speaker on the phone, but he's just standing there. And the captain's going on and on and on and on and on. And he's like, are you even there? Are you listening to me? And trooper says, yes. And the captain keeps going, and I'm like, oh, geez. Somehow, all the fun of this is going out because it's going to come back on me. But anyway, letting this roll, and he just, are you listening to me again? And the trooper's like, yes. And I'm like, I take a little Post-it note, and I put this word on it. And I'm like, I'm going to just say yes. So he's like, yes, sir. Needless to say, the ass chewing was not completely effective because this fella's been this way for dang near 20 years of service. And I doubt having him drive up to the superstation every day that he's supposed to be scheduled to show up for shifts going to make a big difference in his life. He don't fucking care. So I get the mental image of the captain just banging his little scrawny head into the wall about this. He said, what's the status of this? He's like, well, I called down division. Got them little fellas down there and a little pencil next to change my login and password to the generic one so I can log in and change it. And get this training done. When do you think it'll be done? Well, if I got the email in my box there, when I fire up the old computer, the official email site, I should be able to log in there and change it. Doggone course takes about an hour. Should be done by an hour and a half if it's in there. And I'm like, God dang it. Sir. He's like, it better be. I'm like, wow. That's like the dying phrase of the squeamish and non-knowing. Well, it better be. What the fuck you gonna do? You got no fucking credibility. You had some fucking credibility with the troops. You'd be doing a hell of a lot better. You little spineless shit. So I'm trying not to laugh out loud and all that because it's on speaker. Captain slams his little phone down, you hear a little click, and I'm like, all right, beep. I said, might want to go check your email and see if that's in there. He's like, the guy's an asshole. And I'm like, yeah. Everybody knows he's an asshole. That's how he's made his doggone career, being an asshole. So go get her done. So he goes to get his training done. He's like, yeah, thanks there, Sarge, for holding up that sign. That guy's really pissing me off. And I'm like, no problem, you got it. Don't want you running afoul of a doggone court martial for disrespect to a freaking captain. But anyway, shout out section this week. Shout out to all my B troopers out there doing the JOB, holding true to their oath and doing the right thing. Always staying on the good ground of the United States Constitution. And you best be keeping track of each other, doggone it. We appreciate what you're doing, so thank you. Thank you very much. Military, appreciate what you're doing out there at home and overseas, keeping us safe, holding that line, standing that post. Appreciate what you're doing, so thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig, bye now.